If you came to me and asked how to make your specific person crave you, how to remain constantly on their mind, I would not answer you in the way the world has taught you to expect. I would not tell you to analyze their behavior, to send the perfect message, or to calculate the right moment to appear distant or attentive. All of these belong to the world of effects, and you are attempting to change effects without understanding the cause. You see, the cause is always within. So I would begin by asking you something very simple, yet very revealing. What are you assuming to be true about yourself in relation to this person? Because hidden inside your question is a belief that they are not already craving you, that they are not already thinking about you, that you must do something to produce that experience. And I tell you, that assumption alone is enough to keep the very thing you desire just out of reach. For consciousness is the only reality. What you accept as true within yourself is what you experience reflected back to you through others. People do not act independently of your assumptions about them. They mirror them. They express them. They conform to the version of them that you hold in your awareness. So if you are constantly wondering, why aren't they thinking about me? You are unconsciously affirming that they are not. And that is exactly what you continue to experience. Do you see how subtle this is? You are not failing to make them crave you. You are succeeding in expressing your current belief. Now let us change the approach entirely. Instead of trying to influence them, you must redefine yourself. To be craved is not something you earn. It is something you assume. It is an identity. So ask yourself, who would I be if I knew beyond all doubt that this person cannot stop thinking about me? That my presence lingers in their mind? That even when they are busy, even when they are surrounded by others, something within them returns to me? Pause with that. If that were true, would you feel anxious? Would you overanalyze every message? Would you check your phone repeatedly, searching for confirmation? No. You would feel a quiet certainty, a calm confidence, a natural ease. That feeling is not a result of their behavior. It is the cause of it. So your task is not to force them to think of you. Your task is to occupy the state of being unforgettable. Close your eyes just for a moment and imagine a scene that implies your wish is already fulfilled. Perhaps you hear them say in a casual, effortless way, I don't know why, but I keep thinking about you. Or you see their name appear on your phone, not as a surprise, but as something expected natural. Do not strain to create this. Let it be simple, let it be real, and most importantly, feel it. Feel what it would be like if this were already your normal reality. That feeling is the secret. Many people believe the power lies in repetition, in forcing affirmations again and again. But I tell you, a single moment of true acceptance is more powerful than hours of empty words. It is not what you say that creates it, it is what you feel to be true. Now, once you have touched that feeling, once you've entered that state, you must learn the second part of the art, which is just as important as the first. You must leave it alone. For what do most people do? They imagine for a few moments, they feel hopeful, and then they return to doubt. They begin to ask, when will it happen? Why hasn't it happened yet? Did I do it correctly? And in doing so, they undo what they have just created. You cannot plant a seed and then dig it up every hour to check its progress. If you do, it will never grow. Your imagination is the seed. Your faith is the soil. Your persistence is the sunlight. So plant it and allow it to grow. Now let us go deeper, because there is something even more important than the imaginal act itself. Your self-concept. How do you see yourself in love? Do you see yourself as someone who must earn attention? As someone who is sometimes chosen, sometimes overlooked? As someone who fears being forgotten? If so, then even if this specific person begins to show interest, the pattern will repeat, because you will recreate the same experience with them or with another until your concept of self changes. So do not merely focus on them. Transform yourself. Begin to assume, I am unforgettable. I am always desired. I naturally stay on people's minds. I am chosen without effort. I am deeply valued. But again, do not say these as wishes. Say them as recognitions. Allow them to become familiar. Allow them to feel natural. Because the goal is not to convince yourself, it is to remember who you are. Now, there is another aspect you must understand, and it is often overlooked. Your inner conversations. Throughout the day, you are constantly speaking to others in your imagination. You replay conversations, you anticipate responses, you imagine scenarios, and most of the time, these conversations are not in your favor. You may imagine them ignoring you. You may imagine them being distant. You may even argue with them inwardly. And then you wonder why those very situations appear in your outer world. These inner conversations are not idle thoughts. They are acts of creation. So begin to discipline them, not through force, but through awareness. When you notice yourself imagining something unfavorable, gently shift it. Hear them say something loving. Hear them express interest. Hear them think of you. Even a brief, natural inner exchange can plant a powerful seed. And over time, as you persist in these new inner conversations, they will harden into fact. Now, let me address something that often creates confusion. People believe that in order to be craved, they must become distant, mysterious, or unavailable. They attempt to manipulate the outer world, thinking that behavior creates desire. But I tell you, behavior follows belief. You do not need to play games when you understand the law. If you assume you are desired, your actions will naturally reflect confidence. Your presence will feel different. Your energy will shift, and others will respond not to what you are doing, but to who you are being. So do not focus on strategy. Focus on identity. Become the version of yourself for whom this is normal. Now, you may look at your current reality and say, but they are not showing it yet. And I would remind you, the outer world is always delayed. What you see now is the result of past assumptions. It is not evidence of what is coming. It is evidence of what has already been believed. So do not react to it. Do not let it shake you. Instead, remain loyal to your new state. If you persist, it must conform. That is not hope. That is law. And finally, understand this. You are not trying to make someone crave you. You are allowing yourself to experience the version of them who already does. That version exists now, not in the future, not as a possibility, but as a present reality within your imagination. And the more you return to it, the more you accept it, the more natural it becomes, the more inevitable its expression becomes in your outer world. So stop searching for signs. Stop asking when. Stop measuring progress. Instead, ask yourself only this: am I being the person who is already desired? If the answer is yes, then you have done everything required. And if you remain faithful to that state, you will find often when you least expect it, that they begin to think of you, to reach for you, to express exactly what you once imagined. Not because you forced them, but because you changed yourself. And in doing so, you changed your world. That is the secret. It has always been the secret, and it will never fail you. Only as one is willing to give up his present limitations and identity can he become that which he desires to be. You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe it is the only reason you do not see it. So start seeing yourself as the person who already has what your present self currently desire, and watch the reflection change. I hope this helped you. Subscribe, and I will meet you with another golden nugget soon. Happy manifesting.